Yes, sir.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. So in previous lecture, what we have done is dictation of syllabus is started or hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes. How much chapters I have dictated in last lecture?
2.
Okay. So 2 chapters we have seen. Syllabus of 2 chapters we have seen in the previous lectures. So pumps, compressors, and the turbine, and second one is the machine tool and the joining process. So I will provide you one poll. Is this poll visible on your mobile?
Yes.
Okay. So this is general poll where we have discussed on this point in the last lecture. So how many students are aware with that? If they are present in last lecture, they know well. So out of 51 students, 37 have given their poll. So this is very simple. I think very simple question. So the devices, pumps, compressors, refrigerators, air conditioners, which requires input energy for their operation, okay, are called power transferring devices, power producing devices, power absorbing devices, or none of these. So we get 42 answers. Other students, please attempt this poll. So it shows you are physically in the lecture. Physically, it means with your mind. So 43, it means again 8 students have not polled. Okay. So if they are not interested, then we are not going to wait for anyone or the students who are not interested. So we will go forward. I'll end the poll now. So here, power producing devices and power absorbing devices having large graph. So these devices are which type of devices? These are the power absorbing devices. They are not going to transfer the power, or they are not producing any type of power. To perform their function, it requires external power source. So for that reason, we call it as power absorbing devices. Okay. Then now we proceed for our syllabus. No, these one are MCQs. Where is the syllabus? One second. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in last lecture, we have completed that first chapter, that is pumps, compressor, and the turbine, in which we are going to study machinery. Mainly 3 machineries are there. First one is the pump. In that pump, we are going to study the construction working and construction working and application of the centrifugal pump and the reciprocating pump. These 2 devices are there. Then in compressor, again there are 2 compressors included in our syllabus: reciprocating compressor and the rotary compressor. Okay. So these 2 are the power absorbing devices. The next one is the power producing devices. In that, turbines are included in our syllabus. Mainly these 3 turbines are used in hydroelectric power plant. So there are 3 types of the turbines: Pelton Hill turbine, Francis turbine, and the Kaplan turbine. Again, we have only introduction of that 3 turbines here. Okay. Then next chapter is the machine tools and joining processes. So in machine tool and joining processes, this chapter is related to the manufacturing engineering, or in manufacturing department, or also a production department. We can call it as manufacturing or production, both. So in that, 2 very important machineries are included. That is center lathe, or it is simply called as lathe machine. So we have to study here the different components of the lathe machine and 2 operations that can be performed on the lathe machine. These are the turning and the facing. So these 2 operations we have to study here. Then next one is the drilling machine. Drilling machine. So drilling machine is required to prepare the hole, or to create the hole at a required point. So drilling machine, again we have to study the basic components, elements of that pillar type drilling machine, then how it uses, or some applications of the drilling machine. Then metal joining processes, welding process. Metal joining processes, there are 2 types of the joining. First one is the temporary joining and second one is the permanent joint. So here welding processes are there. It means these are the permanent joints. when two metals, if we have to join two metals, then we can apply this process. So there are different types of the processes, different types of the weldings, not processes, different types of the process weldings. So out of which three are here. First one is the manual metal arc welding. Then second one is the spot welding, and third one is the oxyacetylene welding. It means gas welding. Then for lightweight or for a light material, to join that light material, again two different methods are there. That is introduction of brazing and soldering. Okay, and what is the difference in between brazing and the soldering, that we have to study here. Okay, then so we are here. Okay, up to this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then write down next chapter, chapter number 7 or chapter number 3, power transmission system. Power transmission system. In that power transmission, what is meant by power transmission? In mechanical, whenever shaft start rotation, it produces power. Okay, if suppose one shaft is there, if it start rotation, because of, if suppose it is connected to the engine, if suppose it is connected to the motor, if suppose it is connected to the turbine, then what will happen? Shaft start rotate. Okay, here, if suppose this is the shaft, and if suppose it start rotation, so it means there is some power. Okay, so it is power. So many times what happen, this power I do not have to use here only. If suppose some device I have to run, okay, for example grinding machine. Okay, for example grinding machine म्हणजे पिठाची गिरण बघितलंय तुम्ही?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, at that time what is required in that? Two plates are kept like this. One is stationary and another is having rotary motion. Okay, so one shaft is there. Okay, now this is the power source, but if I have to use that power, it is necessary to transfer this power to that shaft. Okay, it is necessary to transfer this power to that shaft. So it is required some what we can say, some medium to transfer power from this one single shaft to this shaft. Such system is called as the power transmission system. अजून कुठं आहे असं example? Have you seen such examples? Yes. Maybe in industry there are so many, at many points it is used, but we have to see examples in our day-to-day life, so it is easy to understand. Okay, मळणी machine मध्ये, have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, at that
Yes, sir.
in that machine also such a power transmission system is used. Then in tractor, if suppose this is the tractor and one PTO shaft is there, have you seen that PTO shaft which is at the back side?
Yes.
So if we use that power to transfer to rotor is there, have you seen rotor?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So to run that rotor, the rotary power is required. Rotary power is required. So we have to transfer the power. If suppose this is the rotor, like that. So we have to transfer this power to that rotor. So that system transferring power from that PTO shaft to that rotor is called as the power transmission system. Here shaft is rotated because of motor. Here shaft is rotated or power produces because of engine, tractor engine. Okay. If we connect blower here, so we have to give this power to the HTP. HTP, that is reciprocating pump, we can say. Okay, so this all is the power transferring, this all is the power transmission system. Okay, so now take down 7.1. What are the points we will see here? Belt drives. Belt drives. In that dash, open and cross belt drives. Open and cross belt drives, comma, materials of belt, comma, types of belt, comma, length of belt, for open and cross drive, for open and cross drive, comma, velocity ratio of simple and compound belt drive, comma, centrifugal tension, comma, maximum power transmitted, into the bracket, numerical on simple belt drive only, bracket complete. So this point having weightage of 7 marks. In that we are going to study belt drives. It means if suppose we have to transfer power for some long distance, at that time we use the belt drive. So to drive that, pulleys are required at 2 point. Okay, so the power can be transferred from one shaft to the other shaft. Then there are two types, that is open belt and the cross belt. Generally we observe open belt drive system everywhere, but whenever if this pulley is there, if it is rotate in the clockwise direction, and if I connect another pulley with the belt, open belt, at that time two pulleys rotating in the same direction. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But when we have to we required to rotate these two pulleys in opposite direction, It means if suppose this one is pulley, if it is rotated in the clockwise direction, and if we want this pulley has to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, then for that reason we have to use cross belt drive. Okay, but this is rare. Okay, this is very rare. This is generally used open belt drive. Okay, so this point we are going to study in that point. Then point number second, 7.2, other transmission systems. So this is mainly used transmission systems. Then other transmission systems. In that, first one is chain drive. Chain drive. So chain drive is same type of the drive, but instead of pulleys, we have to use sprockets. Chain drives. Have you seen chain? I think all of you have seen.
Yes.
So some blocks are there in between. This is the chain, suppose. So blocks are in between. So that blocks is acquired by that teeth of that sprocket. So whenever that sprocket start rotating, it apply forces on that chain, and due to that the power get transfer. Some examples, very good example of that chain drive is our bicycle. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
One sprocket is there at the center of back wheel, and one is at the in middle where we apply the force on the pedal. Okay, so that sprocket apply force on that chain, and that chain again transfer power to that backside sprocket, which is very small. Okay, why it is small?
Small.
Why it is the backside sprocket is always small? Have you seen that for regular cycle bicycle? Do you have any idea? So it is because to increase the rotation, whenever there is one rotation of the sprocket which is attached to that pedal, one rotation is there, so backside sprocket takes 2 or 3 rotations, so it will increase the speed of bicycle. It is called as the gear ratio actually. So this is the chain drive. Okay, so can you give me some more examples of that chain drive? In motorcycle also chain drive is used. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bicycle.
Yeah, bicycle that I have explained. The bicycle, motorcycle, there are many things. Pockland. Have you seen Pockland, chain Pockland?
Yes, sir.
It is also example of that chain drive. Okay, but the design is different actually, but it is also a chain drive. So this is the chain drive. When moderate distance is there, moderate it means medium distance is there. At that time, if we need to transfer the power, maximum power, at that time we can use the chain drive. There is in belt drive, there slips may occur. When there is a high load, we have to transfer. Okay, load is more, at that time slippage may occur, but in chain drive it is not there. Okay, now after that, next one, write down chain drive, comma, gear, comma, types of gears. Types of gears into the bracket, excluding gear terminology. Excluding it means it is not a part of syllabus. Excluding gear terminology. So that gear terminology is in I think second year in theory of machine. Excluding gear terminology. Bracket complete. Comma, gear trains. Next line la leha. gear trains dash simple and compound, simple and compound, comma, epicyclical gear train. This is the type of gear train, epicyclical gear train. Okay. So this point is having weightage of 5 marks. Gear drive is mainly used where the distance is short. It means whenever we have to transfer power within a short distance, at that time we can use the gear drive. Gear drive is mainly used into the machines, that lathe machines we have seen. To change the speed, we can use the gear drive. In automobiles, have you seen the one of the box which is backside of the buses or trucks for that axle in between at middle?
Yes, sir.
So this boxes is the differential gearbox. So in differential gearbox, the gear arrangement is here there. Gear arrangement is there. So it transfers power to that axle or that wheel to rotate, which comes from the engine. Okay. So such type of gear arrangement is there. This gear train or gear drive is used mainly in the industries. So this is the second point. Okay. Then we will proceed for the next point. झालं इथपर्यंत सगळ्यांचं का कोणाच लिहायचं राहिले?
झालंय.
Okay. Then next one is the last chapter, thermodynamics. Thermodynamics, in that this chapter is having weightage of 13 marks. This chapter is having weightage of 13 marks. In that, write down 1. Most of the part of this chapter you have already studied in 11th or 12th. First, definition of thermodynamics. Definition of thermodynamics, comma, thermodynamic systems, comma, surrounding, comma, universe, comma, types of systems, comma, state of system, comma, properties dash, intensive and extensive, comma, thermodynamic equilibrium, comma, process and cycle, comma, Zeroth law of thermodynamics, Zeroth law of thermodynamics. This point is having weightage of 4 marks. This chapter is very interesting chapter because only reading is not sufficient for this. We have to think about that because we can't observe heat. We can't observe we can observe actually, but we can't see it. When heat transfer takes place, when work transfer takes place, okay, some properties are there. So we cannot see with the naked eyes. We have to use instruments here. Okay, in above chapters, you can see pump how it working, then how belt transfer it power from one shaft to the another shaft. But this chapter is a very interesting chapter, and many times what you have to do, it is not reading for one total. What we can say? Reading is not sufficient. Understanding is important. To understand the things after reading, we have to think on that, how it applies in some devices, how we can apply for another, what we can say, to solve some problems. Okay, not for this, that's not for this syllabus only, BME, for each and every syllabus. So I think you have studied this chapter in your 11th or 12th. In which standard? Hello, in which standard you have studied this?
12.
12.
Okay, it is in 12th. So
12.
it is okay. So it is very recent. So you can easily tell me some this very simple concepts are there in first point. That is the system. What is the system?
Thermodynamics.
Okay, thermodynamic. What is the thermodynamic system? Or you forgot all this? 12th. जाऊ दे ना सर, कशाला मागचं उपरून काढताय? आधीच आम्ही ऑनलाइन मध्ये शिकलोय. Okay. System is the part which is under the observation. Is that correct? Simply. Or someone have some different definition, then they can share here. It is not necessary it should be correct up to date. The discussion is going on, so you can share. Yes, Guru, your sound is not clear. It is not audible. So you can put in chat box also. If you have some knowledge about the system, you can put into the chat box. So I open here also. So be in the class with physical or with that writing message into the chat box. Okay, or talk something here, share something here. It is not necessary talk in English. You can talk in Marathi also, but you share your views. Why asked? Because yeah, Guru, which has fixed boundaries. Okay, system. No boundary. Okay, the part which is in the observation, it is called as a system. Simple. Okay. Then next one is the surrounding. What is mean by surrounding?
Neighborhood.
Neighbor.
All other parts of the universe outside the system.
Correct. Everything around the system is Onkar is also given answer. Everything around the system, and you have given very correct answer. That is all part of the universe other than the system is called as the surrounding, where we are not interested to see what happens into the surrounding. Okay, we are interested into the system, but system affects due to the surrounding. So it is also necessary. So if something's happening into the surrounding, so it affects on the system. For that, surrounding is also necessary. Now universe. What is the universe? Universe is now all that system, surrounding and all these things is universe. Okay. Then types of the systems.
Open system, closed system.
Isolated system.
Okay. There are three types of the systems: open system, closed system,
Closed system,
and
isolated
the
system.
isolated system. So what is the difference? So what is the open system? Can anyone?
Which exchange both energy and matter with the surrounding.
Okay, with the open system can exchange
Both energy and matter.
energy and matter with the surrounding. If there is interaction in between surrounding and system with the energy and matter, at that time we can call it as a open system. Okay. Then closed system.
Exchange energy but not
Exchange of
matter
heat only.
with surrounding,
Exchange energy,
but not matter.
not matter. Very good. So closed systems are such systems where energy changes can take place. Okay, outside the okay, energy changes takes place with the surrounding, but matter does not change. Matter is same as it is. Matter works as a medium. Yes.
Does not allow transfer of matter.
Yes, does not allow to transfer. System does not allow to transfer matter into the surrounding, or it does not allow to take matter from the surrounding to system also. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Then which one is the last one?
Isolated.
Isolated system. Isolated system means
Which
System
is
that
not
does not allow
exchange the
exchange
heat
of
and
either energy or
matter
matter
to
with
surrounding.
surrounding.
okay, correct. You all three have given very correct answer. That is, system does not allow to change the energy and matter. Such type of system is called as the isolated system. Then
So screen is not visible.
screen is not visible. Hello.
Visible.
Visible, sir.
Visible, sir.
Visible, sir.
Visible.
Okay. Okay. So I think on your side some problem is there. You please check.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So where we are, properties. Properties, there are two types of the properties: intensive property and the extensive property, that we will see at the time of study. But now tell me properties, which are the properties system consist? For any matter, for any system, having some properties. Which are those properties? Pressure, temperature, density, volume, that all whatever consists with the system or that matter is the properties of that system. Okay, changes occurs, that energy transfer or mass transfer is occurs because of that properties. If there is changes in the properties, then there may change in the that what we can say, energy transfer takes place. Okay, or work done or work can be takes place. So for that work and energy transfer, that properties are responsible. Okay, this is simple. Correct? Or you want to add something? If you are not talking anything, it means I am correct. If I am wrong, there is also no problem. Then you can tell me, sir, you are wrong at that point. This one is the correct. Okay. But very important thing, if you are going to say, sir, this is not like that, then you have to tell answer. Otherwise you are telling, sir, तुम्ही चुकताय बरं का सर, काय चुकतंय तुम्ही सांगणार नाही, असं नाही. Okay. Then next one is the intensive property, extensive property, then thermodynamic equilibrium, process and cycle. Process and cycle, it means whenever system transfer from one point to the another point, it is called as a process, and cycle is the whenever system comes to its original point, it is called as the cycle. Then last one, very favorite, each and everyone I think know, that is two laws are student or anyone not forgot. First one is the energy conservation law. You ask to anyone, he will give you answer. So what is the energy conservation law? I think your sound is not there. Energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one point to, or sorry, one form to the another form. Okay. And the second law is the zeroth law of thermodynamics. What is the zeroth law of thermodynamics? Who will tell me? Some few students are giving answers. Some few students are sharing their views. All others, please share your views also. You are a part of that lecture. You should try also.
If two thermodynamic systems are in the equilibrium to third system, then all these systems are in thermal equilibrium.
Okay. Correct. Anybody having different answers? See, all other students also have to take part in that. It is not necessary that your answer should correct, but you have to talk here. You have to dare to talk here. I know that many of you have fear how to talk. Your what we can say, भीती मनामध्ये एक बसलेली असते ती काढायची आपल्याला. ती झाल्याशिवाय काय उपयोग नाही. ओव्हरऑल डेव्हलपमेंट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. Very important. So you should talk sometime because this lecture is open. I will not say anything. विषयाच्या बाबतीत तुम्ही काही बोलत चला. Always welcome. Okay. So if you are part of the lecture, whenever I give chance, please give some suggestions. You have to talk here. You have that. You can consider this as the platform for you to talk something. Okay. So this is having 4 marks. Then we will proceed for the next point, and then our syllabus is over and our lecture is also going towards end. So next point number 2, work and forms of work. Work and forms of work. Anisha also have given one answer. If two systems are each in thermal equilibrium with the third system, they are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. Correct. Work and forms of work, comma, heat, comma, first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics. Comma. One second. Hello. One notice is there. After this, you will get one different link at 11:15, and you have to join on that link. After this, at 11:30, your induction program. We have arranged an induction program for you all first year engineering students. So it is one part of the syllabus. So you join with these links. Okay, have you got message? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Anybody having
Sir,
any doubt
yes,
in that?
sir.
Okay, sir.
Once again, I will repeat, at 11:15, you will get one separate link. Okay. Other than this, our regular link, you will get one separate link. You have to join on this link at 11:15, and at 11:30, your induction program is going to start. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very good.
sir.
So come to our syllabus, work and forms of work, heat, first law of thermodynamics, then first law applied to flow processes, steady flow process, steady flow energy equation, steady flow energy equation into the bracket SFEE, that you have not studied, I think, in 12th, into the another bracket numerical on first law of thermodynamics, cyclic and non-cyclic processes, SFEE, bracket complete, limitations of first law, Kelvin Planck and Clausius statements, check spelling on your screen if you have doubt into spelling. Kelvin, Planck and Clausius statements of second law of thermodynamics. Full stop. This point is having weightage of 9 marks. Okay, so this is our syllabus. Now, in this syllabus, anybody having any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Mayuri Patil, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Avinash Kapre. Nihal Molani.
No, sir.
Okay. So, Akash Zalte,
Yes, sir.
do you have any problem in that?
No, sir.
Okay. Vaishnavi Patil.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood what is the syllabus?
Yes, sir.
And do you have you understood that instructions that I have given?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat what you understood? What instruction I have given about the next lecture or induction program? You can tell in Marathi, no problem.
सर 11:15 ला वेगळी लिंक येणार आहे त्याच्यावरती जॉईन व्हायचंय.
And at 11:30
इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट होणार.
okay. Very good. So with this, we will stop here. We'll start our syllabus in next lecture. Okay. Thank you, all
Yes,
of you.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So join at 11:15, and your induction program will start at. You join at 11:15.
11:30.
Okay. You will get separate link.
Okay, sir.
Please, all of you, put your roll numbers into the chat box within 2 minutes. Vrishal Thorat. Okay. You do not got your roll number? Okay, sir. Okay, so please, you please ask to your CC. Okay, when lecture of chemistry is there, you please ask to madam. So she will give you number. Okay, thank you, all of you. We'll stop here.